Hello, my dear students. I, Hina Kasser, welcome you again for my class that is Basic Concepts in Sociology. We are learning today aspects of culture, which is the fourth point of Unit 2 Socialization and Culture. So, let's begin the aspects of culture. First of all, culture also refers to a set of rules and procedures along with a supporting set of ideas and values. Culture refers to the distinctive way of life of a group of people. An acquisition of a particular way of life is what is known as culture. Thus, culture is a learned behavior. It's a social heritage. It is superorganic and it is a decision for living. These are four different dimensions of culture. Hence, culture is a complex phenomenon. And to understand this complex phenomenon more exactly and more accurately, we must have to analyze some of its definition given by different scholars. According to E.B. Taylor, culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities acquired by man as a member of society. According to B. Malinowski, culture is the handiwork of man and the medium through which he achieves his ends. To brief this slide, we can say that, in short, culture is an everyday life practices the individuals do. Culture includes your language, your art, your belief, the morals, law, custom, etc. And from here only the individual develop and pass from one generation to the another generation. Aspects of culture. The first is values and beliefs. Values are a culture's standard for discerning what is good and just in society. Values are deeply embedded and critical for transmitting and teaching a culture's beliefs. Beliefs are the tenets or convictions that people hold to be true. Individuals in a society have specific beliefs, but they also share collective values. Every sect within a culture having some belief for cultural refuge. These beliefs are responsible for the spiritual fulfillment of needs and wants. Beliefs in empirical terms are neither true nor false. For example, the water of Ganga is sacred for Hindus. So this slide, in brief, we can say that values and beliefs are one of the important aspects of culture. Values, which is the standard from where what is good and important in the society is being passed through culture, and it actually teaches the individual how to behave, how to practice, etc. Belief is one of the important part of culture, and apart from belief, values, as we have said, playing a very important role because it passes to an individual through different practices, that is spiritual fulfillment of needs and wants is again is responsible for this. The belief is something which is neither true or false, but we practice it because it is a part of a culture, and values also continues from the culture. Next, values and norms. Values may be defined as measure of goodness or desirability. Anything getting importance in our daily life becomes our values. The origin of values is not biological, but it is social production. While living in society and values develop. Norms define how to behave in accordance with what a society has defined as good, right, and important, and most members of the society adhere to them. There are two types of norms, formal and informal. So to summarize this particular slide, we can say that values basically define as a measure which teaches an individual the goodness and desirability, means what is actually desired from an individual which they are supposed to follow to be the good, and anything which is importantly coming in the daily life becoming our values. Like we say that guests are very important in the culture. People treat their guests with good gestures and consider it's one of their family value. Means that is what the goodness about the family's culture. And the origin of the value is not something biological as we said, and it is about the social production because we are living in a society and we have to develop these values. So what is good, right, important for its member is basically we are getting through norms, and norms we getting from formal and informal. Formal norms which is a written norms which the individual follow, and informal norms which is not written but again individual follow, that we get from the society, from the family, etc. So these again very important aspects of culture that in detail we are going to see now, formal norms and informal norms. Formal norms are established written rules. As I said, laws are formal norms, but so are employees' manual. That means apart from law, we having thus employees rules regulation book, that is manuals. In fact, college entrance exam requirement, and no running sign at the swimming pool. These are just an example for you to understand the formal norms. Means something like, the rules and the regulation basically being written for the people to follow, to practice it and make it as a norms. So formal norms are the most specific and clearly stated of the various types of norms, and they are the most strictly enforced. Means strictly you have to follow it because it is the norms, and norms cannot get changed. Okay, so next is informal norms, casual behaviors that are generally and widely conferred to is longer. People learn informal norms by observation, imitation, and general socialization. But although informal norms define personal interaction, they extend into other systems as well. Like as I said, written norms, written rules and regulation. Apart from that, informal norms again people practice, they learn this informal norm through observation. Like suppose if it is a silence and it's written, it means all people are maintaining silence, so we also have to observe it and maintain it. That is what the informal norms. Informal norms again, people are standing in a queue, that is a norm that we have to be there in a queue, then ask for the thing, etc. So generally people imitate these things in the society because they are the part of the society and they have to follow these norms through formally or informally. So these all are the aspects of culture which we have learned today. I hope you have understood the today's session. In the next class we are going to learn about the types of culture, and then we will end our session of semester 1 unit 2. Okay, I hope you have understood. Please join me in the next session. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.